Okay, guys. So we're in front of North Penn Mosque. This is the second mosque we went to. We actually chose a masjid on Germantown Avenue, and they were kind of closed off to outsiders. So we actually kind of hit a little speed bump in the road. So we kind of chose this mosque on Lansdale. It's kind of far, but it was definitely worth the drive. The experience we got is really cool. Just wait and see.
Check it out.
My name is Syed Afzal. Okay, I'm by profession a mechanical engineer and a businessman, and also happen to be president of this mosque. Our Lord is the creator of the universe. So this is the house of worship, house of the Lord, and people come here to pray. And this is also a place where education, Islamic education is given to the children, to the elders, and whoever wants. This is a place we invite community or people like yourself. You know, we have a lot of interfaith activities, so we interact with a lot of churches and synagogues and all that. We have them here, and we talk about each other's faith and get to know each other. So we respect and honor and do a lot of things which are common to all the religion for the goodness of the community and the humanity there. You know. So the people come. These lines there, you see these lines. These lines are the lines on which we, starting from the front, we all stand up, you know, ready to pray. So there is no rank, position, or anything. It's a complete diversity, equality is practiced in here. You know, there is no position for anybody reserved for that. Whoever comes first to take it.
Okay. Now, is the mosque segregated by gender? So do women sit in the back?
Yeah, the worship is about, you know, when we do that, we need to have a total concentration and devotion. So you got the message, you know, why the gender is, the men are here so that, you know, we can completely concentrate on our prayer. Okay. You know, you women can be in behind or right now, you know, this is culture division there, you know, the women are behind.
Also, the women are behind this border here. Yeah. Okay, I never realized that way. Okay, I know you mentioned this earlier while we were having the meal, but was this building originally a mosque, or what was it converted from?
It was a Catholic club at one time, okay, and it was boarded out for a couple of years, and then we had the opportunity. We were looking for a bigger place, and the opportunity to purchase this property, and since then it became a mosque. You know.
So now, do you guys have separate classrooms giving classes, a library, a shop, anything like that of the sort?
We don't have any shop or anything like this, but we do have a library down in the basement, and yes, classrooms just take place on the floor. You know, one class sitting there, one class sitting there, one class. There is another room upstairs. There is one basement. You know, classes just and girls' classes are behind it.
Now, how ethnically diverse is the the people that come in the community?
It is very diverse. Okay, so this is a United Nation over here. You know, people from all over the world come here.
How many generations
are in here?
Yeah,
I would say about 3 generations. You know, you can see grandparents, parents, and grandchildren. You know, so you could, in a case, you may have the great grandparents over here. So it could be 4, but that is not maybe only a handful of them. You know, it was brought in here and installed.
How you guys doing?
You know.
Nice to see you guys. Would you like a picture for the video? No, it's okay.
And that stairs is, you know, movable thing. Here's your mom, you know, you could come in the picture of your mom or something.
No, it's okay. I have to take my
He's Maulana, we call him Mujammil. He's the imam for, he has gone to the school to get the, scholarly education. It's through submission and obedience to the Lord. Who is the Lord? Lord who created this most beautiful and perfect universe. It is that Lord, that Creator, we call ourselves also God, and the Arabic name for that is Allah. Okay, so it's a submission, obedience in all walks of life. In other words, not only when we pray, but we need to be aware of His presence no matter what we're doing. Some of His qualities are ever seeing and ever hearing. So we have to have subconsciously that in our minds, so when we do think, we try to do what He wants us to do and not do what He doesn't want us to do. So by really doing that, we'll have a contentment, peace, tranquility, great relation with each other, with the community and whole humanity. That is the Prophet of Islam, the last prophet. Okay, he has a title. He says, "Mercy to the mankind." So we, each one of us, need to be the messenger of messengers that we need to also try to mimic.
Our guide, Zubair, describes one proof of Allah's existence. This is based on a true story. A meeting was scheduled among 3 atheists and an imam. They were to meet at 10 a.m. at a building in New York. The 3 atheists arrived on time. The imam, however, was not there. They waited 10 minutes, 25 minutes, an hour. Finally, around noontime, the imam arrived. The atheists, outraged, demanded an explanation for the imam's unprofessional and rude behavior. The imam explains, "As I was headed to our meeting, I encountered a river. I stood there, perplexed at how I would cross. I noticed a tree looking at me. I stared at it. 20 minutes passed by with nothing happening. Then suddenly, the tree's branches began shedding themselves. The tree was uprooting itself. It started carving itself. It crashed onto the riverbank. It carved out a seat, and the leaves rustled into place to provide a seating position. The tree carved itself into a boat for me. I approached the boat, sat in it, and it began to row itself towards the other side of the river. I eventually made it across, came off the boat onto the riverbank, and walked here. This is why I'm late." The atheists, in even more disgust than previously so, bellow, "Do you expect us to believe you? Are you making a mockery of us? This? How do you explain the creation of this boat out of nowhere?" The imam replies, "Exactly. You see, the boat, you would agree, is an invention, a design. Now, you say the boat could not exist without a creator. If you cannot believe the creation of this boat without a creator, a mere boat, an inanimate object harboring nothing far to signify an intelligent design, how could you believe in our existence without a creator? Like the boat requiring a creator, it is necessary that we, an intelligent design, have a creator." The atheists sat down in silence. Sometime after their meeting, the atheists converted to Islam.
I know I also asked this earlier. You said something about how the transition was very smooth for you from a mosque in India to coming here.
Right.
So can you elaborate a little bit more on that?
Yeah, I can elaborate. The religion of Islam is, no matter what part of the world you are, is exactly the same thing. We believe and follow the creator of the universe. We follow the prophet whom he sent to this world, okay? So as a Muslim, we believe in all the prophets. We came from the first prophet, Adam, and some of the major ones, Noah, Abraham, Moses, Jesus, and the last prophet, Muhammad. And we say peace be upon all of them. So we believe in all of them, and they consider, and we believe all the books, brought by this prophet, and those books were sent to them from the Creator, from the God of the universe. Okay, so and all of our prayer rituals are identical. So really, when we come here, there is really no transition of any kind. Trying to follow our faith. But then And of course, maybe where he came from, I came from India, so that is also majority were not Muslims in the country,
Yeah.
So and that was the most democratic society over there. So I come to United States, the same. And I believe personally that United States is the best country where diversity is practiced, equality is practiced, and freedom of religion, freedom of expression. It's the most beautiful, laws, which exist in.
How active would you say your mosque gets with the community?
With the community here,
Yeah.
we're very, very deeply involved, both politically and civic duties and all that. We know all the politicians. We are actually heavily engaged with the soup kitchen in here in the community. My son actually used to be the chairman of the board. Our foundation, we have family foundation. We give scholarship to schools in here, and it happened to be yesterday, the 19th of May, they recognized me as a pillar of the community. They honored me. I don't deserve it, but, and we work with United Way. We work with, poor and needy, people who need help.
Yeah.
Okay, Daniel. What was the most interesting part of your experience within the mosque?
Okay, so I had a really good experience at the mosque. It was actually a lot better than the mosque we went to before. They weren't as accommodating and things like that. We were able to watch them pray, actually, which is really cool. We saw how the gender segregation and like the things like that with the wall, which was kind of surprising, but I mean, we watched the documentary on it in the first place, and then we were actually able to eat with them, and Renat actually got to eat with the imam a couple times. I realized that it's not what I thought it was. I thought they were definitely more closed off to outsiders, because we did visit a mosque previously, and they were very closed off, not really open to letting outsiders in like us, even though it was a project, and we kind of explained all that.
So, Renat, what was the most interesting part of your experience here at North Penn Mosque?
Well, Timothy, the first thing you really recognize the second that we stepped into the mosque is that everybody here is so insanely accommodating. People just treated us as if we were actually family, as if we knew these people from before. We were greeted by almost every single member of the mosque. It was a very humbling and warming experience. People who we've never seen before in our lives come up to us, greet us as if we were family. The most monumental thing that happened is that we all got to eat with everybody, eat the traditional way, on the floor with our hands. First time I ate rice with my hands.
So, Tim, what was the most interesting part of your experience within the mosque? Well, Tim, it was interesting. I really felt like at home. The amount of camaraderie and brotherhood we felt was absolutely astonishing. It was actually borderline overwhelming. We got to eat on the ground with our hands. I felt like I was 3. It was excellent. I learned that apparently your fingertips have enzymes that help with digestion, which is why they eat with their hands, and they share a plate with somebody to build a heart, because that's how a family builds a heart. These people were so intelligent and so charismatic. Got out of our 4th mosque visit, we met the president. We saw the imam again. We had another meal with them. And it was honestly, again, the camaraderie was amazing. Their willingness to talk to us and willingness to be on camera and show us everything was borderline astonishing. Overall, the experience was definitely needed in my life. This was very eye-opening. This was something that I knew Muslims are great and they were kind, but this really just edged it in stone for me. Well, thank you so much. This was a very good pleasure.
It was
an awesome experience meeting you and sharing a meal.
Yeah.
It's the mosque, guys.
Appreciate you coming, all right, guys.
All right.
Fantastic.
Damn, Daniel. Back at it again with the black.